Hi everyone, welcome to Gricklish Outdoors. Today we are looking at a Dutch military ration pack, but not just any one. This one's designed for Arctic operations. So stick around. So this is the operational ration. It has freeze-dried meals and an energy module, and I believe they advertise this for Arctic operations. Therefore, this ration has a massive 5,424 kilocalories in there. It weighs 1,292 grams, and this version is menu number 4. I've had this ration on my shelf in the office for over a year now. It's just so big, it's quite a daunting task to take this one on. Today we're going to try and do that. We're going to go through all the items it contains, and we're going to taste test this very interesting and very giant military ration. Anyway, let's take a closer look. This ration contains 4 main courses. The first one is some plain porridge. We have corn muesli, mashed potatoes with ham, and couscous with vegetables. We have a 100-gram cinnamon bun, a 74% whey 100 protein shake, vanilla flavour. We have 4 Orifo isotonic drinking powders, an orange, an apple, a grapefruit, and an exotic. Next we have several bags within the main bag. The first one includes roasted unsalted cashew nuts, a 25-gram pack of dried cranberries, a 50-gram pack of digestive biscuits, and an iced tea powder peach flavour. The next bag within the bag contains a pack of 3 whole grain biscuits, a pack of biscuits fruit, a 40-gram dark chocolate bar, 30-gram pack of jelly beans, a 45-gram pack of barbecue peanuts, a cereal bar caramel flavoured, a pack of tissues with Van Gogh's Starry Night on the front, some hazelnut spread with cocoa, some peanut butter, some apricot jam, 3 antibacterial wipes, 2 packs of chewing gum, 1 peppermint, 1 spearmint, 2 toothpicks, a vitamin D tablet, and a plastic spoon. The third and final bag in a bag, we have another iced tea powder, this time orange flavour. We have an instant cocoa beverage powder. We have a tomato soup and a beef bouillon, 5 5-gram packs of sugar, 3 instant freeze-dried coffees, a single coffee creamer, 3 tea bags, 1 breakfast black tea, 1 green tea, 1 tea with citron, and we have 2 single packs of pepper and salt. That is everything. Right, it's a little bit cramped on here. I'm going to move it to a new surface so you can see just the amount of food we've got. So that is everything. So here you can see a little bit better. So hopefully now you can see a little bit better the total amount of food and drinks in this Dutch Arctic operational ration. There is so much stuff in here. And although I've had Dutch rations in the past, I'm really looking forward to trying this one. I've just inspected a few of the items and noticed that the whey powder protein drink has a hole in the packaging and some protein is coming out. Because I don't know when that hole opened up, I cannot risk drinking this shake. So unfortunately, that is out. Anyway, now I'm going to split this up into 4 different meals, and I think we'll start with breakfast.
Dit nummer is niet in gebruik.
For breakfast, we're going to have the whole grain biscuits with some apricot jam. We're going to have the dried cranberries, we have the fruit biscuits, breakfast tea, a cup of coffee with some creamer and maybe some sugar, the spearmint chewing gum. We'll check out that antibacterial wipe, the tissues, and also the toothpick. First, let's heat some water up. One thing I like about these Orifo meals is that they have a nice gusset, which means you can hydrate them and stand them up without them tipping over, which is always nice. Might seem like a simple thing, but not all rations have that. That's our porridge. Let's check out these cranberries. Some nice dried cranberries there. Full of bright, zesty flavour. They're sweet, slightly sour. They're really delicious. And I'm going to put them straight away now in the porridge. Before I start eating any food, I'm going to use this antibacterial wipe. It doesn't really smell citrusy like many wet wipes. It's very, very moist. Yeah, pretty good. Very weak, but kind of does the job of getting your hands clean, or at least your fingertips. Right, I'm going to close this up and let this hydrate for a minute. I'm going to use that breakfast tea bag and the remaining part of the water I boiled. Right, let's check out this coffee. Wow, it's hot, but it is nice and creamy. I don't think it needs the sugar in, to be honest. It's fine as it is. It is nice to have some creamer. Nick, you'll appreciate that. But why do they only give you one? You have more than one coffee. Some people like milk in tea as well. I personally don't. So you have at least one tea bag where you put milk in, the black tea, 3 coffees and only 1 creamer. It could just be the fact that Dutch people mainly prefer coffee black. If you are Dutch, you're watching this, let me know. To go with that, let's open these fruit biscuits up. They are slightly broken, but you do get 6 of these nice fruit biscuits. This kind of thing we're dealing with here. They have got a slight smell of cinnamon into them. See that clearly there? Let's give them a try. A very mild cinnamon flavour, to be honest. You can taste a little bit of fruit. They're sweet. They've got a great crunch. As someone raised in the UK, these kind of take me back a little bit to the times I visited Germany, to my relatives over there. They've got a kind of a Germanic continental sort of flavour, I believe. That makes sense. Very nice. Right, the porridge I think is ready. It's hydrated very, very nicely. It's nice and thick. With the cranberries I put in there. Let's see now if they actually go well together. Wow, that's really, really good. Lovely, milky, creamy porridge with a nice bit of sweetness from the cranberries. Really, really good. Kind of reminds me a little bit of ready brek, which is a kind of a oaty breakfast we had many, many years ago in the UK. It's thick, it's filling, it's sweet and creamy. That is packed full of energy to get you going for the day. For breakfast, that's what you want. Some nice, heavy, quick access calories, especially if you've got to be on the move. That's really, really good. Right, let's open up these whole wheat biscuits. They feel pretty broken, to be honest. Not too bad, just in 3 pieces. We've got a lot of good whole grains in there, but I found these in the past to be extremely boring on their own. So let's put some of this apricot jam on. Let's put a bit on a spoon so you can see it first. Not sure if you can see that very well, but it's got a lovely amber colour to it. We'll try that on its own. Bursting with really delicious sweet apricot flavour. Look at that. These biscuits aren't amazingly crunchy, between soft and crunchy, but the apricot jam really livens them up, and actually they become very, very nice. That apricot jam is so tasty, it's so fresh tasting. I always love finding nice jams. One of my favourites actually is an apple jam in a Russian ration pack. The French is pretty good, but this one actually is maybe one of my favourites. Normally I'm not the biggest fan of apricots, but it's so fruity and delicious. Let's wash that down with some nice breakfast tea. Yeah, lovely, strong, but fresh black tea. I left the bag in a little bit longer than I normally do, but it's got a lovely kind of fresh bitterness to it. I really like that. Yeah, you can't go wrong with a nice cup of tea in the morning, can you? Well, the coffee was pretty good as well. Let's check out these tissues. I like the packaging. Just so happens that Vincent van Gogh is my favourite artist, and that is just an unbelievable painting. Check out Wheatfield with Crows. It's actually my favourite. Yeah, a standard tissue, like you'd get in a packet of tissues from the supermarket, but you get quite a few of them. They're soft, they're fairly strong. Yeah, does the job. Right, Gastroline toothpick. I'm wondering if these are going to be impregnated with any flavour or if it's just a piece of wood that I could have picked up off the floor. Yeah, it's just a piece of wood, but it does help to get any food out of your teeth. So a nice little bit of dental hygiene there. Finally, let's check out this spearmint gum. So you get 2 pieces. Wow, bursting with spearmint flavour. Nice, makes me salivate. Yeah, lovely, sweet, strong spearmint flavour. Good, again, good to get those teeth cleaned. Well, breakfast, I'm impressed. I'm absolutely stuffed. I'm ready for the day. Very, very satisfied. The quality of all the items was actually very, very good. Yeah, I'm impressed. Brunch. So this section I've called brunch, as we do have another main meal to fit in during the day. And so for that, I've paired it with some snacks, including the jelly beans, the cereal bar, the peanuts, some tomato soup, the isotonic orange beverage powder, lemon tea, iced tea, and the cinnamon bun, all to go along with this nice corn muesli. So that's what it looks like inside. I'm going to add cold water to this, as I don't think you really need warm water for the hydration. Now I'm going to leave that to hydrate and get some hot water so we can make up the soup and the tea. Right, so let's make up this lemon tea and the tomato soup. That's the soup. We're also going to make up this Orifo isotonic beverage powder. I've got half a litre of water in this bottle. You have to excuse my surroundings for this course as the weather is terrible outside at the moment. There's so much snow in the mountains that the police are actually preventing people from going too high up. And down at my normal testing field, it is so muddy and wet that I just simply can't get down to the field right now. Let's open up this cinnamon bun. Smells very cinnamony and a little bit stale. It is produced in the USA and it kind of reminds me of a bun that I had in a French ration in the first strike ration. Open up the cereal bar while we're at it. There we go, looks like there's raisins in there, Rice Krispies, and of course we have the peanuts. Smoky barbecue peanuts. I'll just put a few on the plate, but you can see there are quite a few more in the package. And of course we have the jelly beans. And you get quite a good selection there of different jelly beans. First up, let's try this corn muesli. That's what it looks like from the package. It's basically cornflakes and cocoa Rice Krispies with some small pieces of apple in there. On the packaging it just say cornflakes, chocolate rice cereals, apples, sunflower seeds, banana flakes and fibres. But it's nice, there's a good range of textures from soft to slightly chewy. The overwhelming flavour is cornflakes, but yeah, it's very, very tasty and packed full of energy. Now let's try the tea. Cheers. Yeah, a nice, zesty, citrus black tea. Lovely and warming. Nice and refreshing. Lovely and smooth, not bitter at all. Almost tastes like it has sugar in it, even though obviously it doesn't. Yeah, very, very tasty. Let's move on to our snacks. So you will know by now, I'm sure, I'm not a big fan of cinnamon, and I've not been a big fan of these stale buns in the past, but anyway, let's give it a try. It actually doesn't taste stale. It's very moist. It's got a nice sweet filling inside. Yes, it's cinnamon, but it's actually not bad. Like a caramel cinnamon flavour. And as I said, quite moist, quite dense, and with very filling, and of course, packed full of energy as well. Even though I'm not a big fan of cinnamon, I'd quite happily eat all that. Next, let's try the tomato soup. I can see it's got some croutons in there, looks like some herbs as well. It's actually very nice. Salty, tomato flavour, very nice and warming. Great for cold weather, these soups are. There's some little rings of pasta in there. It kind of looks and tastes like a minestrone soup. Yeah, very, very nice. Very nice and warming, very comforting as well. I have had soups in many rations and sometimes they're a bit hit and miss, but that one's really, really tasty. Now let's check out some of these barbecue peanuts. We've got like a crispy coating on the outside, salty, crunchy barbecue flavour, a hint of sweetness, a little bit of smokiness in there. Yeah, really, really good peanuts. Right, let's try that cereal bar. Break that in half. Let's see. A lovely caramel flavour to it. It's not hard, it's not particularly chewy. It's nice and soft. There's a little bit of texture in there from the Rice Krispies, a little bit of fruit, but the overwhelming flavour is a kind of oaty caramel, slightly fruity flavour. Very, very tasty. All right, let's check out these jelly beans. Nice, sweet. Are all the colours different flavours? Yeah, they actually are. Something like this is a great morale boost. Not particularly healthy, of course, but it's packed full of instant sugary energy. It kind of puts a smile on your face seeing all these colourful little jelly beans. So yeah, gives you a little mental boost, gives you a bit of energy while you're on the go. Really good. Let's try this orange isotonic beverage. Again, I've had these many, many times. Really, really good. The Orifo isotonic beverages, they're in the Dutch rations, they're in the Danish rations, and they're always very, very tasty, very well balanced. You do need a full 500 mils, I believe, for them, but just a great flavour. And super refreshing. The final thing for us to try is the iced tea. So I'm not sure how quickly it's going to dissolve in cold water. So I added this tea powder to about 300 mils of water. Cheers. That's actually very, very good. Very different. I've never really had orange flavour iced tea before. The flavour is more of a general citrus, but again, very, very nice, very, very sweet, but not overpoweringly sweet, and super refreshing. Another really good beverage. Right, I am absolutely stuffed after all this food. I will bring you back later on, hopefully outdoors again for lunch. So it's lunchtime. We're going to have the couscous with vegetables, the roasted unsalted cashew nuts. We've got the apple flavour isotonic beverage, some of those whole grain biscuits with the hazelnut spread and cocoa. I've got some digestive biscuits, some coffee, that vitamin D tablet and some peppermint chewing gum. So let's heat up some water and make up the food and drinks. Let's make up this isotonic drinking powder. I've got 500 mils of water here. I've used a little bit of sugar as we've got no more creamer. Just a short break from the video to say thanks very much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so today. Blah, blah. There are other ways to support the channel in the links to this video, but for now, let's get back to it. Let's open up these cashew nuts while we're waiting. Plain roasted unsalted cashew nuts. Let's give those a try. I love cashew nuts, and they do taste good. But I do think they need a little bit of salt. But a really nice, healthy snack. Bursting with like fats and some proteins in there, a few carbs, etc. Really good, just needs a bit of salt. Look at these digestive biscuits. They feel a little bit broken, but they'll still taste the same. Yeah, so it should be a pack of 5 biscuits. In fact, just one of them is broken. But that's what they look like. Very dry, but with a cup of coffee, yeah, actually goes really well. They've got a nice sweetness to it, but it's not that sweet. Nice snack to have. And although I'm not a dipper, just a nice snack to have with a warm drink. We've got another pack of these whole grain biscuits. They're slightly broken again. And this time we have got some of this hazelnut spread with cocoa. We have it nicely coated with a spread. Not bad, not as good as Nutella, but I think these whole grain biscuits really suck the life out of any spread you put on them, which isn't really strong. It's sweet, it's chocolatey, a very mild hint of hazelnuts. I'm going to put a bit on a spoon. Yeah, it's fine. It's sweet and chocolatey, but just very mild in flavour, to be honest. So it's not as exciting as I was expecting, but it's okay. The coffee's okay. Even with the sugar in it, it's got a bitterness to it, but a cold and bright day like today, it's very drinkable. This has been hydrating for a while now. And that's what it looks like. Couscous with mixed vegetables. Looks nice and creamy. I see carrots in there. Looks like green beans, lentils. There's also onion, broccoli, celery, parsley, garlic, rosemary. Oh, anyway, let's see what it tastes like. Wow, that is really good. Bursting with flavour. It is creamy. The couscous has got a nice bite to it. I like the fact you can feel every individual grain. I hate it when these sort of grains are all smushy in these ration packs. But this is really good. You can definitely taste the onion, the rosemary. So far with the snacks here at lunch, I've been a bit kind of slightly bored. But this is really tasty. It kind of blows everything else away. Which of course is what you want for your main meal. To be honest, it almost tastes like something you could make at home. It doesn't taste highly processed at all, which is quite surprising. Delicious. So to wash that down, let's try some of this apple flavour isotonic beverage. Wow, that is really refreshing. It's not very sweet, but it has got a lovely sweetness to it. It's a very mild flavour of apple. Yeah, but super refreshing, goes down really easy. That's really nice. I added my powder to 500 ml of water, but of course if you want the flavour stronger and slightly sweeter, just add less water to it. But for me, that's perfect. Of course we have this vitamin D tablet. Not that I really need it here in Greece, as it's always sunny. So just a teeny tablet, but it contains 10 micrograms of vitamin D3, which they state on the pack is 200% of your recommended daily allowance. I feel better already. Finally, let's try this peppermint chewing gum. 2 pieces per pack. Wow, instant sweet peppermint hit. Very, very nice. Definitely making me salivate, helping getting rid of all that food off my teeth. Just nice, sweet, strong peppermint gum. Really good. So that is lunch finished. Overall, not too bad. The main course was delicious, but the snacks, including the digestive biscuits, those whole grain biscuits and the Nutella, were a bit boring, to be honest. Lacking in flavour and quite forgettable. But the main course and the apple isotonic beverage were delicious. So I'm actually satisfied, I'm full, and I'm ready to crack on with my day. Right, so that's lunch over. I will bring you back later on for dinner. Etenstijd. So it is dinner time, it's our final meal. We're going to have the mashed potatoes with ham, the peanut butter, the dark chocolate, whole grain biscuits. We've got exotic flavour isotonic beverage powder, beef bouillon, green tea, coffee and an instant cocoa beverage. So let's make up this exotic beverage. Again, I'm making it up in 500 ml of water. So let's make up these warm drinks with the beef bouillon first. Next the cocoa powder, which I'm actually going to mix with the coffee to make a mocha. Let's open up this mashed potato with ham. If excuse the beeping in the background, I haven't got a clue what it is. Ooh, there's the mashed potato. Some nice chunks of ham in there. Right, the water's boiling. Let's make up these drinks and the food. I think this mashed potato will require quite a lot of water, to be honest. But I'll add a little bit at a time because we don't want really runny mashed potatoes. We'll seal that up and let that hydrate for a few minutes. Whilst we're waiting for the food to hydrate, let's open these wholemeal biscuits up. Seem to be the worst shaped ones out of the 3 packs I got. Massage this peanut butter to get the oils back in there. Let's put a bit on a spoon first so you can see. Yeah, looks like nice smooth peanut butter. Give it a try. Yeah, that's great. It's not too sweet, but it's got a lovely, rich, fatty peanut flavour to it. A bit on a cracker there. Yeah, that's really tasty. There's the mocha we made. Cheers. Wow, it's hot, but it is very, very tasty. I think I figured out what the beeping noise is, because I see several people in the distance wearing orange. So for me that means hunters. But I'm not quite sure why they're beeping. Maybe to let each other know they're there so they don't shoot each other. If you do know, let me know in the comment section below. Yeah, lovely, creamy, sweet, chocolatey coffee beverage. Lovely and warming on a cold day. That's really, really nice. Right, here is the beef bouillon. Not sure you can see that. Some nice herbs in there. Lovely golden brown colour. Let's give that a try. Ooh, very salty, beefy, herby beverage. Really nice on a cold day. Lovely and warming this sort of stuff is. Reminds me of an instant soup, that sort of flavour. Yet it has got a under kind of tone of beef, almost like a beef stock cube, which is kind of what it is. It's nice, but it's not quite as good as a cup of hot bovril. Right, let's try this mashed potato with ham. So that's what it looks like. Some herby mash with chunks of ham in there. I added quite a bit of water and it's still a bit thick. Let's see what it tastes like. It's actually very good. It's got like a smoked ham flavour to it. Apart from the potatoes, it also contains onion, tomato, celery, carrot, garlic, some semi-skim milk, vegetable stock, and of course smoked ham. There's plenty of pieces of ham in there. It's really nice, comforting food. For my final meal of the day, I'm very happy with this. If I'm being really honest, this was the meal I was looking forward to the most, but I actually think the couscous might have been tastier. Let's try this exotic beverage. Colour looks good. Delicious. I love these Orifo beverages. They're not very strong, they're not super sweet in 500 ml of water, but they're very, very tasty and super refreshing. A mixture of like pineapple and orange. Delicious. So I made up the green tea in some cold water. Yeah, nice, fresh and light green tea. Something light on your stomach at this time of day, but also very, very refreshing. Is it the best green tea I've ever had? No. Is it a welcome addition? Definitely. Finally, we have the dark chocolate. Now, if I look on the back, it says it's 50% cocoa. We've got bloomage, so this obviously has heated up at some stage and then solidified again. Let's see if it's affected the taste. It's a problem with long hair, it gets in your mouth all the time. Got a good crunch to it. The flavour's not been affected, I don't believe, by that blooming. It still tastes nice and rich. It's creamy, it's slightly sweet. Like with the tea, is it the best dark chocolate I've had in a ration pack? No, but it's very, very tasty. Definitely a welcome addition to the ration pack. Nice bit of a treat at the end of a meal. But for me, chocolate in a ration is always a bit of a morale boost, to be honest. If you're cold, if you're wet, if you're tired, a bit of chocolate goes a long way to lifting your mood. Yeah, that was pretty good. So that was a Dutch military ration pack with the extended energy module. I thought it was very, very good. Lots of tasty food in there. So many different components. Lots of snacks, loads and loads of drinks. Far more drinks, in fact, than I've seen in many, many other rations, which I really, really like. Because many times in rations, you don't get enough cold drinks, I believe. The main meals were very, very good. They tasted very nice quality overall. Definitely very filling. For 24 hours in a cold climate, this is definitely going to be enough food, I believe, to keep you warm, give you plenty of energy, especially if you've got to be on the go. Yeah, I can't really complain about this ration, to be honest. The whole grain biscuits are a little bit boring, but with the different spreads they gave you, yeah, they're very, very acceptable. Let me know what you thought of this Dutch military ration pack. Is it something you've tried or would like to try yourself? Do you think those extra calories from the extended energy pack would be enough to keep you warm in cold or Arctic conditions? Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching, take care, much love, see you next time.